and donate by going to Cash App Eden Media Services, or you can call and contact us at 832 443 9499. Again, that number is 832 443 9499. Looking forward to hearing from you from our community radio station. And our motto is, we tell our stories our way.
Welcome to the show that talks about Tulsa. People making a difference in the Tulsa community. Special guest interviews spotlighting local businesses to covering important issues within the community no one else is talking about. The hot topics and more. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to World One Development's News You Can Use with your hosts, Mr. Charles Harper and Miss Damali Wilson.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to World One Development's News You Can Use. We want to thank everyone for either listening on the radio, watching us on Facebook Live, and on www.kbob899.com, or tuning in on any of the News You Can Use media networks, which are powered by World One Development. We really appreciate that. I am your hostess with the mostest, Miss Damali Wilson.
And I'm Charles Harper. It's Wednesday, a.k.a. Hump Day, March 30th, 2022. And we are live every Wednesday at 1 p.m. right here on KBOB 89.9 FM and simulcast on the News You Can Use media networks, powered by World One Development. We are set for an exciting show, you guys. You better call your mom and them and tell them you can call in at 918-856-3873 or post your comments on our Facebook Live feed at World One Development.
So on today's show, community development happening in North Tulsa. Here's the latest on Evans FinTube and how you can participate.
Yep. We'll also talk about the Double Up happening on April 9th with Kirkpatrick Heights and Oasis Fresh Market.
And of course, our Hump Day hot topics, which are the slap seen and heard around the world.
Yep.
Have you heard what the University of Richmond is doing to address slavery and racism? We're going to talk about it. Disturbing body cam video of Tulsa Police Department handling a mentally challenged senior citizen in distress.
I don't like that.
Egyptian Experience promotes local Black businesses, birthdays, and more.
This is News You Can Use right here on KBOB 89.9 FM and simulcast on the News You Can Use media network, powered by World One Development. Now that Egyptian Experience, now that's what I'm talking about.
Yes.
I already got my hat. I already been doing push-ups. I done ran through the sand because I'm trying to do what I can. But I tell you what, put on your seatbelt because we'll be right back and we're going to talk about it.
The 36th Street North Event Center is a full-scale event center where we share the experiences of the community. At the event center, you can rent space for weddings, birthday parties, receptions, concerts, Greek events, quinceañeras, and much more. We also do custom decor, linen, and centerpieces. We're located at 1125 East 36th Street North. To book your next special event, business gathering, or community event, call us at 918-200-9046.
Come on. My name is AJ. Come shop at Oasis Fresh Market, 1725 North Peoria, where we want people to be seen, safe, and heard. And how do we do that? That's through you. This is your neighborhood grocery store. Come to Oasis Fresh Market. We are also helping with utility assistance. You need help with your rent. You need help with your gas, water, electric. We got you. Come to Oasis Fresh Market. More than just groceries, equipping for life. Shop at Oasis, baby.
Shop at Oasis.
Advertise in the Tulsa Black-Owned Business Guide. It's a monthly publication reaching all of Oklahoma and beyond, giving exclusive content about your business and many businesses that are connected to you. Full page and half pages are available. Purchase and artwork are due on the 25th of each month. Visit us online right now at www.tulsabobn.com for more details, or email us right now at tulsabobn@gmail.com for pricing.
Minute to Radio. It's Angela K. Chambers and
your finest Sandia O'Bell.
With refocused and informed radio talk show on KBOB 89.9 FM.
Please join us live stream on Facebook at KBOB 89.9 starting at 2 o'clock every Thursday.
And live stream 24/7 at KBOB899.com.
See you there.
This is news you can use right here on KBOB 89.9 FM and simulcast on the news you can use media networks powered by World One Development. And we are back to Molly. Come on, you sleep, wake up. You at the wheel.
I'm sitting up here looking at this. So Jeremiah says, "Hey, your camera low battery indicator is flashing on the live feed."
Daydreaming.
I was like, what?
Daydreaming.
I see
I'm like,
that.
camera low battery. What is going on?
Tell him it's
Maybe
on.
that's on you.
Tell them don't worry about it. We at KBOB. We make it happen over here.
So we are back. So News You Can Use is all about shedding some positive light on the happenings in our community. There are many great businesses, programs, and events occurring in our neighborhood, and we felt the community needed to hear about those things, one, so we can support, and two, so we can be involved.
I appreciate that too, dog. Every Tuesday.
And that's not a low battery. Like, that means we got the juice.
That means we got the
Is that
juice.
what that is?
Yeah,
So I was
we got the
confused.
juice.
It better not do like my cell phone. So when I have the juice and I see that come up,
It's over. The party's over.
we'll spotlight some. Hey, I'm Charles Harper, Executive Director of World One Development, which includes fitting back in EduRec Youth and Family Fun Center, 36th Street North Event Center, and Oklahoma Community Support Coalition. My job, because the world wants to know, is financial stability and infrastructure for all of our community development projects. And I am so excited and I am so elated that the battery flashing light will go off, and I am one of the creators of this phenomenal show.
And I'm Damali Wilson, Executive Director of Operations for World One Development. And my job is creating, monitoring, and enforcing protocol for each of our community development projects. I am also in charge of social media for all of the World One Development entities. If you would like to advertise your business or organization on this show or any of our other individual platforms, inbox me your contact information on Facebook Messenger so we can talk. I'm also happy and elated and hope that battery light goes out.
Hey, if we go out, y'all hang in there, because
Right.
the audio will still be live
It's
and
pumping.
direct. You gotta, they say in life, control the controllables.
Right.
And then you let the rest go.
Exactly.
You let the Lord take care of the rest of it.
With a T.
Damali, what in the world happened to the weather out there today?
Man,
It was like 75 yesterday, sunny,
right?
brisk breeze and all of
I
that.
took my jacket off because
Right.
it's like warm outside. And then I came outside today thinking it was going to be like yesterday. And
I know.
the needle scratched across the
I
record.
know. I know one person that it got. I know.
Who?
It got our producer, JB.
Oh, yeah.
When he came in the radio station, he had them shorts on. I was like, got him. You know that thing? Because I'm like, just yesterday.
Just yesterday.
It's all nice. We Bahama-ish.
Yeah.
And it be catching people slipping overnight, man.
Yes.
You got to be careful in these streets of
Right.
Oklahoma when you're dealing with the meteorologists and stuff up there.
Okay,
They
right.
don't be getting us right. Hey, we got
A storm did come through last night, though.
Yeah,
It did.
It
Yeah.
They
did.
said there was some tornadoes on the ground, too, but
So
luckily,
my daughter texted and said, she works overnight. And so she texted and said, hey, y'all, it's a tornado watch. I slept through the whole thing. I missed it.
Let me tell y'all this, and y'all say is this true or false. The tornado better come before black people get into bed and go to sleep and set their alarm clock.
Because I missed the whole thing.
Now, let me know. I ain't gonna say.
You childish.
But did you miss it? Did you go to bed?
I missed the whole
I
thing.
went to bed, JB. Did you
hey,
go
this
to
the
bed?
deal. This the deal. I was up working on some stuff, and it started raining.
Yeah.
It started raining hard,
Yeah.
and I saw some lightning flashing out the window, so I'm like, oh, it's just going to a little storm. And
Yeah.
I went to sleep, and I woke up this morning, and the guy just told me, man, we had some tornadoes last night and everything.
Right.
I'm like, I didn't know nothing about
So
it.
we all
For
missed
the
it.
record, y'all need to sound off the siren early for us.
Right.
Because
Now,
we're
if-
not going to move until we hear that.
Right.
If it's a watch,
Right.
let's understand the difference between a watch and a warning. A
Right.
watch means
Mhm.
you're looking out for bad weather.
Right.
A warning means there's bad weather in your area and you need to take cover.
Right.
What I'm saying is we don't deal with either one of them.
No.
We don't care about the watch. We don't
You
care
gotta know
about
the
the
difference.
warning.
You gotta know the
Yes,
difference.
You
gotta
might
be
need to
happening.
know, but that's why we in the bed sleep. But I'll tell you one thing, if we hear that siren go off, we grab all the cover, one candle, dive in the bathroom, dive in the tub, and all kind of crazy stuff. But
Right.
anyway, I tell you what, I'm still glad that everybody survived.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, it didn't. I didn't see no damage nowhere. I didn't see nothing on the news this morning. But
me neither. So it's all good.
We got a crazy show today. Let's just kind of get to it because y'all know how we do. We got a lot of people on. We got like 1,000 secret people. I don't know what's up with the secret people.
We see y'all.
We love y'all. Even on rainy days, y'all still come out. The secret people don't let us down.
Rain, sleet, and snow, they coming through.
Secret people gonna let you know. Just like that. Hey, we would like to thank and appreciate our first responders, healthcare professionals, food providers, restaurant workers, and essential workers for their services on the front lines during this time. It's great how organizations and churches in the community are coming together to help those in the community during the coronavirus epidemic. Damali,
yes,
the epidemic is still going on.
I know.
You mean the pandemic?
The pandemic,
epidemic,
or whatever it is. I ain't getting into no conspiracy theory stuff for JB today. But
it's not an epidemic. It's a pandemic.
Yeah,
pandemic is what they call it.
So not today, you know. But
Big Brother's watching.
All right.
Damali, how you feel today, though?
I'm doing pretty good. Doing pretty good. Yeah.
It's hump day. We're going to try to help everybody get over the hump, man.
Absolutely.
We got a lot of people in. Let's get this thing started.
Yeah. So before we get started, I want to give a huge shout out to Kiore Taylor and Kai Harris and the entire TEDC team on a job well done. Bravo to you guys. You guys did a phenomenal job. The Building Black Pitch Night Franchise Edition for small businesses was a total success. And congratulations to Cicero's. You know, they were the grand prize winner.
You know what? When I saw Cicero's on the list, and I had just ate the jerk chicken the day before.
Yes.
I really didn't. I was like, okay, who coming in second? I'm just saying that was my thought. I mean, I just ate the jerk chicken.
So
I went, you know, so in my mind, I'm like, who getting second?
Right.
I had those little cabbages with the spice to it, the red beans and rice.
Right. It was bomb, wasn't it?
I just was like, who getting second? No, I'm just playing. But anyway, I'm going to tell you who I'm going to get a shout out to.
Who?
Man, JB set that thing.
Man,
no way.
Jay Dizzle, you did that.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
That was all Building Black. That was all TDC.
Whatever.
People was like, man.
You made it happen. You helped make it happen.
People was like, man, I thought I was in LA, New York, the Emmys, Grammys. We ain't gonna talk about that stuff. That's
not right now. Yeah, later.
But
did you say
good job?
Emmys, Grammys?
Good job. I didn't say that. I didn't say that at all. But shout out again from Rose Washington on down for giving those young people in the community a platform to showcase their talent right in our own community.
Phenomenal job. Phenomenal job. And, you know, shout out to all the businesses that had the guts to stand up there and pitch. I mean, because that's kind of scary, you know?
Shout out to the judges.
Yes.
I wouldn't have wanted to judge that. And even though I said that about Cicero, I'm just saying everybody did a phenomenal job.
Absolutely. They did.
If y'all know, if y'all listening in, I just like food. So that really, all that comment had to do with just food.
His opinion is jaded.
But I can tell you what, I can tell that the judges was a little nervous and they had a top-notch. Judging panel. Shout out to everybody that came out to support because it was a sellout crowd.
Yeah. For the first one, you know, they did a really good job. I'm really
I can't wait to see what the next one looks like.
I know, right?
And we'll keep you posted.
Right. So now, and we also want to send out prayers today to the family of Deacon Lester Ransom. He's actually a deacon at our church. And his family is the Zacharys. Some of you might know the Zacharys and the Pennells. Pop King, you know, but that family, he was a member of our church and he passed away last week at the age of 88 years old.
That's some good years.
That's some good years.
And I'm gonna tell you right now, I love Pop Ransom.
Yes.
I've been doing this community development thing for about 10 years. And that was my secret weapon right there.
Yes.
Because when I talk to him, his eyes are turned green.
Exactly.
And then gray.
You know where he at
brown.
by his eyes.
And based on that, I knew if I was on the right track or not.
Chrissy said that was her neighbor. Yeah.
Man,
so, you know, I was on the usher board. You know, when I very first joined World One, you know, I was on the usher board. And boy, you better not mess up because he'd be giving you a look.
Like
them eyes turn colors. You're like, oh, I'm sorry, Pop. I messed up.
He was a finance guy.
Yes.
You know, I deal with numbers. He was a board member. He was royalty at World One for Christ. So our entire church are kind of grieving the loss of him because he was a big presence and you can't, 88 years, you can't get that back.
Can't get that back. A lot of wisdom.
Yeah, a lot of wisdom. So we're going to keep up. We got a lot of people on. Can I do a few shout outs? Because I know when we get to it, we're going to get to it. Shout out to Lynette Bros, our sister. What's going on? I got Mr. Gary Barnett, a.k.a. Big Brother Drill down in Atlanta saying what's up. Jeremiah Blackwell, which is Maestro Sigalo. Checking in from Mississippi. Stacy Nichols Reese, my sorrow in Little Rock, Arkansas. Stacey. She said, what's up, family? Polo Pile out of St. Louis, Missouri. He said he's in the house.
Okay.
We also got Alicia Walker's in the building.
Hey.
Your mama, that I'm not going to miss. Marble Walker, what she say? Marble Walker of the Marvelous 3 Real Estate Team is watching us.
Okay.
So if you need a house, you better give Marvelous a call.
Okay.
Hey, we got a lot other on. Teresa, I got to get you because
Hey,
then
sister.
you're going to turn the lights off. You the one probably got that blinking light going on with the battery.
Don't
Shout
do
out
her.
Teresa, my sister, your sister.
Yeah, we getting ready to break the tie.
We getting ready to
she's well, we're gonna be tied, I should say. She's the older sister for a few more days. And then, then we're gonna be the same age for 6 months. Don't judge my daddy.
I ain't gonna judge your daddy. Papa wasn't Papa was daddy. That's all Papa was daddy. Hey, Frank Bates, shout out to you.
Hey,
tuning
CB.
in, CB. Hey, we got Humpty tuning in from the Motor City down there in Detroit.
Hey.
Pastor Douglas and Pastor Chloe, they chiming in. Of course, Christy.
Yes.
Our celebrity friend, and many, many more. Share this video right now, because now we're going to get into some of the meat and potatoes.
Hey, before we do that, Chrissy said Pop Ransom taught her how to grow watermelons.
I know.
Yeah.
Look, everything he was doing, I know about. I was eating watermelons after church every Sunday.
Because it was food, right?
Yeah, so for us, if you part of World One, Chris, we've been eating them watermelons for a long time.
Right.
With no seeds in them.
Right.
And very sweet. But anyway, let's get to a prayer for that family.
Yes, many, many prayers. So, guys, listen. Next week is probably one of the biggest weeks for North Tulsa in a long time.
Very long time.
We are going to be talking about community development, and we need you guys to come out in droves so that you can get this information, give your input, and provide information so that when these developments happen, because as we've told you, they are going to happen with or without us, but our preference is that they happen with us. And so we have created a platform for us to be involved, right, in these developments. So today in studio, we have our very special guest. And one of our he works with us on a little bit of everything. I like we do so much stuff together. That's kind of crazy. We're just all kind of intertangled with each other,
Right.
But so today we have Mr. Greg Robinson in studio.
Live
you get a drum roll because look, Greg, like what is going on?
Hey, that's what JB does to his closest friends.
Right.
That's what he does.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Mayor-elect Greg Robinson.
There you
That's
go.
the kind of stuff you do, Greg. You see what I'm talking about?
He said, wow. Greg's like, that's all I can say is wow.
Greg, how you doing, my friend?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, doing the best I can. Really good to be back in the house with y'all, man.
Yes.
So.
Yes. We missed you. We understood you had to take a little sabbatical. Which is much needed. But, we're glad you're back. And, any support we can lend, we there.
That's why. Time for a really, really important week. So.
Yes.
Oh, my goodness. And you see how we did, and we put them right in the middle of us so we can keep leaning on them.
Yeah.
You see, lean with it, rock with it. That's how we do the family. You know what I'm talking about? But it's good to see you back, man. One step at a time. We rolling. News you can use is definitely family first. That's why everybody on here you see, hey, Crash. I'm going to call him Crash, not his government name. He said, what's up, family?
Yes. Hey, Crash, what's happening?
And he said he got things going on. What he said, they turned down the
Arby's
across from me. Man, that's brand new. I was going to try to move in there. Okay.
Well, it's gone now. It's over with.
Billy Parker's on with us.
Is the KFC still there?
Yeah. That's all you want to know.
Don't mess with that chicken. It's last on the list because they know if they mess with that chicken,
it's gonna be a problem.
Let's do this. Okay, the Centennial was happening. We went on a big high.
Yes.
And everybody's question just continued to be, what is going to be next? What is next? Because we did that. We celebrated. All the media came here. The lights were bright. But what is next? And then landed, of course, Evans FinTube, even though it's toward the end.
Right.
Right. But now we got to get down to the nitty gritty, because World One Development and Standpipe Hill Strategies was awarded the contract to handle the local community engagement.
Right.
And one thing first that we want to say is shout out to the community for showing up in droves.
Yes. Absolutely.
We were supposed to be done on December 2nd,
but
today is March 30th, so that didn't happen.
I'm going to say this now. They done showed up and showed out many times. Mm-hmm. They have been showing up, but this one is the big one, right?
This is the big one. This is the one.
This is the one for all the marbles.
This is the one right here.
For all the marbles.
So before we even dive too far, Greg, you're our special guest. Evans FinTube, they took a little break. People going to look at us first because we did nice videos with JB asking everybody to come out. So I know you've been getting calls and texts. I have an email. So from your perspective, man, what is your thoughts on it to the people? Because we got a lot of people on.
Well, the reality is there was a process that was set up and we have not met the framework of that process. We were on track in November, but things have changed. And so our commitment to the community has simply been to remain transparent, to keep that door open so that our community could walk through it and ensure that these developments and the all important Greenwood were done being driven by that community voice. It should come as no surprise to, I think, any of us that this is a difficult process. It's one where there's a lot of forces at work. Okay. And so I think the question that we've all got to answer personally and as a community is, after so long, are we going to give up on it? Or are we just going to keep pushing through, demanding and working and figuring out what needs to be done to ensure, once again, that our future is the way we want it to look? So that's where we are right now. I'm not here. I don't think any of you all are here to say why it's been so long since we've come back and met. But certainly that time has come now, and we won't be proceeding without getting real clarity on that. And that's what this meeting coming up on April 5th at the event center is really about. It is first about gaining clarity in terms of what has occurred since the last time we met. When I say we, I'm talking about the Evans Fintube leadership team, including Teo in that, the Tulsa Authority for Economic Opportunity. What has happened since the last time we've come together on this Evans Fintube development process? And then with the two remaining teams, what are their final presentations to the community? That's what this meeting is about. I want to make sure, and we've told this to Teo as well, so we'll tell it to the community, that our priority is to ensure that what the community wants is reflected.
Absolutely.
If these two teams, if one of them has what the community wants, so be it. If neither of them have what the community wants, so be it. But under no circumstances do I want, and I think do we want our community to feel as if something is going to be done to them and there's nothing they can do about it. That simply is not going to be the case. And April 5th has got to be the reason why. So the only way that we mess this up is if we sit out. If we don't show up, if we throw up our hands and say, oh, see, I already knew that some mess was going on. You may have already known that some mess was going on. But if the mess is in your kitchen, it's still in your kitchen and it's still your responsibility to clean it up.
Now.
And that's just the reality of where we are as a community. So I'm going to be there, Charles. Damali, I know you're going to be there. JB Smooth going to be there too now.
I think he makes a valid point right there. When these meetings first started happening, we saw the concern on the community's face about, is this just going to be another one of those? Where you guys say y'all going to let us do this and do that. Or you guys really going to let us be heard? And that's where you guys come in to represent the community.
And when you say that, we come in to create the space.
The space, right.
And so our advocacy has consistently been about, don't start making decisions or doing things that you don't ask the community about or that you didn't say on the front end. So we have to acknowledge that when we started this process, we had a certain timeline. The timeline was very clear. That timeline has not been met. There probably are very reasonable explanations for that. But the reality is that the timeline wasn't met and that the community deserves to know and understand those explanations. When we started, there was a certain group of people on the leadership committee, for instance, that were going to make the final decision. that leadership committee expanded in the middle of the process. Again, there may very well be a good explanation for that.
But there has to be an explanation.
But there has to be an explanation.
Sure.
It has to be transparent. It has to be known.
Right.
We're looking at projects. We started with 5 finalists, I believe.
Right, 5.
Okay, now we have 2.
Yeah.
There may be, again, good explanations for why we only have 2 left. But that has to be transparently explained to community. So when we say what our job is, it's not to say this is what the community wants. We're not ourselves the community.
Right.
It's to create the space for each and every person within this community who cares about Greenwood, its past and its future, who has a stake in what this development will be, to be able to share their voice. Not because we just want it to be like that.
Yeah.
Right.
But because that was the way the process was written from the beginning.
But you hear things about like the BMX park. Let's just say what it is. When the process started for the BMX park, and then they went through it, got it built, had a big ceremony. Now it's open. The idea is like, oh, it's gonna be sports downtown.
Sure.
You know,
and that was,
people want to know like what's going on.
Yeah, let's just be very clear. I mean, I think it was the Lieutenant Governor, Matt Pinnell, came out and made plain what he thought might be a good idea there. And let's be clear, we brought that up internally, and I will say, what we were told was, hey, Lieutenant Governor, he say whatever he wants to say, but he's not dictating what's going to happen in Greenwood. Now, that's what we were told internally. Okay. Yes. Still, we brought it up because it was disrespectful to hear that.
Trying to sway people's
particularly
opinions.
When the community hasn't heard or even seen what the final presentations are. Right. Now, there are a list of things that the community has stated very clearly in these meetings that they want to have. Right. Namely, at the top of that is deep community ownership and Black ownership opportunities for Black wealth creation within this space. Right. And so I'm using that just as an example because the promise was to select teams, select projects, select proposals that met the community wants and needs. Not that met the needs or wants of any politician.
That's correct.
Or any outside business interest or anything like that.
I think the first promise was your voice as a community is going to be heard.
Well, that was the first one. Yes, sir.
Yeah. And that's big.
And that's why even after all these months, this conversation is happening. And that is also why the format is what it is. And Charles Damali, JB, I want to talk a little bit about the format.
Yes.
It's curated for my art friends out there. It's curated
for the millennials.
For a certain type of situation.
Before you go into that, let me just first want to give y'all a round of applause because you three, as a team who have been heading up the community engagement, you guys aren't standing back and saying, oh, we're just going to let y'all do what y'all want to do. No, you made promises to us. You're going to stand up for what you said you're going to do for the community, not of just North Tulsa, but of Black Wall Street, Greenwood.
Right.
So congratulations to you guys.
Thank you
for standing up for the people and not letting us just get ran over like things have happened in the past. Because that was I can't count it. When I go back to this, I can't count the many people that would come into these meetings and say, oh, they told us they was going to do this and this and this and this and that. And it never happened. It was just another, swept under the rug. They did what they wanted to do.
I don't know about y'all, but I don't like getting them dirty looks in Wanda J's and the Liquid Lounge.
Getting the eye, that side eye.
Rolls,
that side eye.
So when people know that y'all are really in the community for the community, you guys are really there. I'm there with you. And I can, vouch for you guys that you guys aren't just standing back and let anything happen.
But I'll say this, and I'll pass it back to Greg because he's ready to do the outline and the layout. But when the community shows up, 200 to 250 in person during the pandemic,
Strong.
and 200 to 250 on the Zoom. That's really your power and your strength.
Right.
You know, so that's what gives us encouragement.
Right.
So it goes both ways. You know what I mean?
Right.
So on Tuesday, show up that same way. Now let's get to the format so you can know the expectations once you get that Tuesday.
Right. No, that's it, Charles. This is about all of us collectively.
Yes.
And so the format is we're starting with an hour of just question and answer. And we have asked for as many of those leadership or steering committee members to be present. Certainly, we've got a commitment from the TAO team, the Tulsa Authority on Economic Opportunity. The leadership in City of Tulsa, that they will be there, and they will be there for an entire hour in the beginning, simply answering questions about how we got to where we are. I think this is
And Greg, let me interject really quick. So guys, this is your opportunity. You know, when you see us at Oasis, or you see us at, in the stores, or, in the community, and you stop us and pull us, pull our coattails and ask us 400 questions. This is your opportunity to get it directly from the horse's mouth. Okay, to find out and to get those answers that you've been stopping and pulling on us to answer. So make sure that you are present. Now, Greg, I'm sorry, I didn't want to interrupt you, but that just hit me right then and there, because we all of us have been pulled, and asking. Sometimes even when we're doing this show, people will put in the group chat, hey, what about this? What's happening? They want to know. So this is your opportunity right here to actually get those questions answered by the city of Arteo, if you will. So, Greg, go ahead and continue.
That's it. No, you're spot on. And so after that first hour of question and answer, then in person, the two remaining teams, as it is now, will present their final presentations as sent to the board or the steering committee back at the November deadline. Each of them will have their opportunity to present, and then there will be periods of Q&A on those proposals for the community with each one of those teams, right? As we have done in the previous meetings, after each proposal, those in attendance will be able to give their feedback on the proposals. Now, why are we doing this? Not just for giggles and laughs, okay?
Right.
Not just because it would be interesting to know what people think. The steering committee, per the process, is supposed to take the community feedback that is dictated by the people in attendance into consideration in their final decisions on whether they are going to extend a contract offer to one of these teams, or if they're going to do something else, right? And so when JB says, we know you've shown up, but this is the one to show up for, when you showed up before, you were helping the teams get an understanding. It's like, hey, I'm going to judge you, right? But let me tell you what I'm going to judge you on. So you all gave them that feedback. They were supposed to take that into consideration in their proposals. Now you're judging their proposals. You're saying, yeah, we believe in this project or this vision, or we don't believe in this project and this vision. And the steering committee, who has the final say per the process, they have delayed their decision because per the process, they have to take into account community voice.
And so, to be clear, there will be a rubric that the community will have the opportunity, and it's the same rubric that's going to be used by the leadership committee in order to make their decision. So you guys will get the opportunity to complete that and judge each one of these projects. So, it's very important. It's very critical that you come out, that you participate, and make sure that your voice is heard, and that you are actually giving input about these projects, because it could be that one of these projects and one of these developers are going to be the person that's actually, elected or selected. I'm sorry, for this particular.
Let's take a quick break, because we want those aspiring entrepreneurs and builders and contractors and folks that want to be able to participate in it.
Yeah.
Land ownership and a lot of that stuff. We want to get into that because there's another development, Kirkpatrick Heights Greenwood Site Master Plan, that's happening. They got a pop-up. Like we say, next week is going to be the biggest week since Black Wall Street.
Yeah.
That just got a good ring to it. But we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to get into more. This is news you can use right here on KBOB 89.9 FM and simulcast on the News You Can Use Media Network, powered by World One Development.
Hey,
We'll be
Greg,
right back.
real quick, 60 seconds. Look at that camera and tell the people why they should come out this Tuesday.
You should come out on Tuesday, April the 5th. You should come out on Tuesday, April the 5th at 5:30 to the 36th Street North Event Center, because there is no time like the present to make sure that our future is going to be taken care of. Yes, we are a few months late, but we still got work to do. So come out. We are discussing the final projects on the Evans Fentube development site.
That's why he does what he does.
Just like that.
We'll be right back. It's news you can use right here on NYCU.FM and KBOB 89.9.
Fitting Back In is a reintegration program designed to help those released from prison to fit back into the community as productive, valuable members of society. They help schedule various classes such as anger management, substance abuse, and mental health. They also work with different programs in the community to provide job training. If you or someone you know needs help with resources in career development, employment, or housing, to find out more information, call 918-592-3500 or stop by 2121 North Harvard Avenue, Monday through Thursday from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m.
Hi, I'm Denise Parker with Midtown Embroidery. We do it all from any type of promotionals, from screen printing, embroidery, school uniforms, Greek lettering, workwear, monogramming. There's no job too big or too small and no location too far. Let us be your one-stop shop. We're located at 2808 East 15th Street, Tulsa, Oklahoma, 74104. Our phone number is 918-982-3254. Our email address is denise.tulsamidtown@gmail.com. Thank you.
The 36th Street North Event Center is a full-scale event center where we share the experiences of the community. At the event center, you can rent space for weddings, birthday parties, receptions, concerts, Greek events, quinceañeras, and much more. We also do custom decor, linen, and centerpieces. We're located at 1125 East 36th Street North. To book your next special event, business gathering, or community event, call us at 918-200-9046.
Citizens United for a Better Educational System, better known as Qbs. We stand together to fight COVID-19 and its variants with a layered approach. Let's make our schools safe. Educate, vaccinate, wear masks, social distance, and wash your hands. Qbs cares about our community.
To save the children.
Ronnie, why were you always skipping school?
I was going to come see you. I knew you was at McLean.
Well, you should have been at Booker T at that point before they kicked you out.
Yeah, but you don't know that.
Yes, I do know.
But I did
know
go
that
to
they
Central.
kicked you out and you were at
Hey,
Central.
what's up, Ronnie and Cheryl Mays? What are you doing here?
Well, Marilyn Ogans Foster, where have you been?
Hey, I'm here just to find out about the class of 1972 Spring Fling dance. What's up with that?
Cheryl can tell you about it.
The dance is Saturday, April 2nd at St. Augustine, 1720 East Apache. I'm sure you remember Apache. Ronnie can tell you about the tickets.
Yeah, the tickets are $10. You can contact Doris McKnight at 918-425-5161.
So what's the best Tulsa International Radio Station?
KBOB
89.9 FM.
Come on. My name is AJ. Come shop at Oasis Fresh Market, 1725 North Peoria, where we want people to be seen, safe, and heard. And how do we do that? that's through you. This is your neighborhood grocery store. Come to Oasis Fresh Market. We are also helping with utility assistance. You need help with your rent. You need help with your gas, water, electric. We got you. Come to Oasis Fresh Market. More than just groceries, equipment for life. Shop at Oasis, baby.
Shop at Oasis.
Hey, it's Denise with Addie Mae's Food for the Soul, where we cater to vegan, pescatarian, and everyday sultry soul food. We have meatloaf Mondays, taco Tuesdays, chicken wing Wednesday, turkey and dressing Thursday, fish Fridays, barbecue Saturdays, and Sundays is our sultry soul foods. We're located at 5266 North Peoria. You can contact us with call-in orders at 918-845-2989, and we also deliver with DoorDash. Hope to see you soon.
Did you know that sickle cell disease affects people from all races and ethnicities? Sickle cell disease can look like you, and sickle cell disease can look like me. You could carry the sickle cell trait and never even know it. The state of Oklahoma and the supporters of Families with Sickle Cell Disease Incorporated are invested in educating Oklahomans about sickle cell disease and other inherited blood disorders and traits. For more information, visit us at www.oksickleinfo.org.
Hey, this is Ralph Johnson of Earth, Wind, and Fire, and whenever I'm in Tulsa, I'm tuned in to KBOB 89.9 on the FM.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Double up, double up, double up, double up, double up.
What's up, Charles?
Hey, Damali, Saturday, April 9th. You know it's going down, right?
Oh, yeah, it's Double Up Saturday.
Why?
Because we're live at 2 events in 2 locations.
First, it's the Kirkpatrick Heights Greenwood Site Master Plan Charrette from 10 a.m. to 12 noon at Kbob Middle School.
There'll be special guest speakers,
a big ideal board,
Q&A regarding the process.
And everyone that shows up will receive a ticket entry for the $1,000 Double Up giveaway at Oasis Fresh Market.
Hold up, Charles. Did you say $1,000 Double Up giveaway?
Yes, I did.
At Oasis right after the charrette?
Right after the charrette.
Okay, so 10 a.m. until noon, we'll be at Carver.
Then, noon to 3, join us live at the Oasis Fresh Market, 12 to 3 p.m.
We're launching the Double Up Produce Program, exclusive to Oasis Fresh Market.
For all qualified participants, you get the Double Up on your produce. That's right.
Every dollar they spend on produce is double, up to $20 per day.
Only at Oasis Fresh Market. So don't miss it. Double Up Saturday, April 9th.
10 a.m. We're kicking off at Carver Middle School.
At 12 noon, party don't stop. We'll be at Oasis Fresh Market.
With over $1,000 in giveaway from noon to 3.
I just wanna live. God protect me.
This is News You Can Use right here on KBOB 89.9 FM and simulcast on the News You Can Use Media Networks, powered by World One Development, and we are back.
So you guys heard the commercial. Our new commercial made its debut. Right there real quick, the Double Up.
Hey, and if you missed segment 1 over the Evans Fin Tube, you need to share that.
Yes.
There was a lot of meat on that bone.
Absolutely,
We got to
absolutely.
get people to come out. Hey, guys, we got none other than Greg Robinson live
The man.
here as our special guest today. We appreciate him coming in. Greg, you still feeling all right?
Feeling good, feeling great.
He said he's feeling good, feeling good. That'll work. Hey, okay, so we talking about development. We talking about this is the most important week since Black Wall Street.
Right.
In terms of so much development that's going to be going on next week. Let's speak a little bit to developers, contractors, landowners, people that we want to make sure participate before we get into the Kirkpatrick side of it.
Sure. When we think about why we're so invested in this type of development, is to create Black wealth. And you create Black wealth through building Black business. And when you see a building go up, when you see a development being created, all of that is money.
Mm-hmm.
From the dirt. Do y'all realize that people make money off the dirt that is brought in and taken out?
That's right.
Right? Off the debris.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
There's money off the debris.
Right.
Okay. So
right.
we want for our community to be in position to get as much opportunity as we can. And so that's not just the people who are coming up with the visions for what needs to go there. It is the people who are then going to be contracted with to make that happen. I give you a little stat. With city contracts right now, you're talking about African American contractors. Man, the number is crazy. It's you talking about 2% and below.
Oh wow.
Of
Yeah.
of the
In Minnesota,
contracts
right?
that they're getting. And this is right. This is not just a Tulsa problem. It is
Sure.
just a problem. And so certainly the thing you hear over and over again is qualified, qualified, qualified. It's
Yeah.
almost a cuss word.
Right.
Okay. But our job, right, as a community is to be in position.
Yes.
And so when we're talking about Greenwood, we know the game. Right. It's been 100 years in the making. And so we know we've got to have our I's dotted, our T's crossed, and we've got to be present so that we understand what opportunities are coming up.
Yep.
And so that we then have time to put ourselves in position and to get qualified, right, to get those contracts. So tremendous wealth building opportunities in our homeland, and that's
Yes.
what Greenwood is about, right?
Yes. Right.
If it was never destroyed, it would be producing, right, for us and for our future generations. And so that's what we're trying to get back to. That's not just about the buildings and the visions. It's about every single part of that development.
Absolutely.
And let me ask about this. Sometimes, Greg, it's about belief and hope and
Yeah.
a possibility. And
Yeah.
I say that because I took a trip to Atlanta. That's like the Mecca.
Yes.
A couple weeks back, and then Andrew Young, he was turning 90 years old, and they was just really celebrating his birthday, which was just huge on a lot of levels. To see thousands of people marching with him and honoring him and doing galas and all this different stuff, statues and all of that because of his work. It was amazing. But when you was walking with brothers, they was like, well, I own this mall. I own this hotel. I own 100 businesses in the airport. I own,
Yeah.
and it's different, man. It's different. But the one thing I do love about Tulsa, when this is done, it has been done before. 101 years ago.
Right.
A little bit more than that. So the possibility is there.
Right.
So to go from that to 2% is strategic. You know
I
what I
actually
mean?
met a Uber driver in Texas last weekend, and he said the model that Atlanta is using came from Tulsa on owning all these businesses. It's no secret.
Right.
Right.
And so the whole story and the moral of the story is get into position.
There you
So
go.
while all of this is being decided as to what's going to be placed on these lands, then you need to be getting your certifications and whatever, licenses and all of that, bonds and insurance and all that stuff.
It's really hard to tell somebody no to their face.
Right.
One of the more impressive things I saw at some of the first Evans FinTube meetings in 2021, yes, that was a slight on us for not staying on time,
Right.
Was that there were business owners that came and said, hello, I'm a business owner. This is what I do.
Right.
Right.
Yep,
This is
that's
my
true.
opinion on this issue,
Yep.
but I am also a business owner, and this is what I do. When we're talking about these projects and these opportunities, when is another time you're going to be able to sit in front of the people that are making the decisions, not just on this project, but on almost all the projects, right, that have something to do with the city of Tulsa? Show up, tell us and tell them who you are, what you are trying to do, so that they can't so easily, your name isn't so easily, your business isn't so easily just dismissed.
That's right.
Right? Think of this as a marketing opportunity as well. There's a reason why we want to host these events in community, right? So that we can force the power structures and the decision makers to get proximate. We have a deep belief that if you get in relationship with people, you begin not just to see them as a number or a product, but you have to think about, I remember that young woman with that construction business, or I remember that young man that was trying to get into development. Right. The city has stated goals of equity. They say it all the time. Right. Everyone and their mom, right? Democrat, Republican, whatever, talks about how we've got to build up black business, right?
Sure.
So then give them somebody to call on.
Right.
Show up to these spaces. Talk about either what you are doing or what you're working towards doing.
Yes.
And begin to put the onus back on them, right? To make sure you have the opportunity to be able to take advantage of. It's
Absolutely.
really important that we show up, particularly those who have a stake and can and hey, got some money to be made in this.
Absolutely.
Got a little bit. Let me some shout outs. Hey, y'all, we haven't forgotten about y'all. Shout out to Stacy Warner, my brother. He's tuning in from Little Rock, Arkansas. Christy said, that's my little brother right there.
She talking about you.
Inspires me so much, and I'm so blessed to know him, to love him. Tulsa is better because of that young man right there.
All right.
Crash said, let's put up a diagram billboard on the front of his building up and down Peoria so people know the plan. That's a good idea.
Good idea, Crash.
You are all right with me.
Okay.
Great idea. Mary Jo Barnes is tuning in.
Hey, Mary Jo.
That's our sister right there. Good to see you. First Lady Joyce Cooper is in the building. Greg Dobson, my brother from Oklahoma City, now by the way of Louisiana. We got Pastor Lawrence Peoples from Going Hard for Christ. Boy, me and him was talking yesterday about Will and that situation. It was crazy. He said this is good. Erica Duncan.
Hey.
We met her from Asbury. Gave her a tour. We got none other than Jerica Wharton. She's in the building with us as well. Michael E. Smith coming in from Houston, Texas. Happy Wednesday to the dynamic duo. Jolie Furdu.
Hey, Jolie.
She said, hey, guys. Love you guys. She's in the building as well. So, okay, we're going to get to this second development that's going on.
Right.
So let's dive into the Kirkpatrick Heights Greenwood Site Master Plan.
So there's a charrette series that's going to take place the day after. So listen, everybody, we understand that this is probably a lot of your time that you feel like is being consumed. However, this is very, very important for our community.
Yes.
So, a little bit of inconvenience, but it's going to, yield, years down the road, development for us in our community and for our children and our grandchildren and so forth and so on. So right after that, immediately after the Evans Fin Tube, then we switch over. So we flip our hats
24
and we
hours.
go, and then we are getting ready for Kirkpatrick Heights Greenwood master planning process. There are charrettes that are happening. And so you guys kind of heard, we had Rodrigo and Damari on last week from the city of Tulsa.
And our boy Jonathan.
And Jonathan on from the city of Tulsa, and they were talking about the charrettes and what they are. So we're going to have Greg to give you guys the 1-2 of what a charrette is and why it's important that community should be here to be a part of that.
Absolutely. A design charrette is really utilized to take a lot of thoughts and more big picture things and then turn them into real tangible sort of mock-up and models. And the beautiful thing about it is it's done by you, the person coming. So if you can imagine, you're able to really get your hands in a potential development and demonstrate what your ideal community or development really looks like. So it takes it from talking to actually doing. And this is the last sort of piece before you would finalize a sort of plan, right? It's really modeling it, so to speak, right? So the first thing we do is talk about it. We get a big vision. We take that vision. We create these design charrettes, and we start putting together models, right? Then you take that model, and that's what you build your plan off of. And so this week, as you said, the most important week since Black Wall Street, right? This is where we as a community are digging our hands in. And Damali, to show the importance here, I want to point out just how deep this Greenwood Kirkpatrick Heights team led by WRT, certainly we're proud to be a part of that, is taking this. We're not just meeting with community members at large. We are getting specific. There are design workshops, and I'm sure Damali is going to run through this schedule with you, but there are design workshops happening all week, starting on Tuesday, April 5th during the day. We're going to Booker T. We're going to Emerson. We're going to Carver Middle School. We're going to KIPP, right? And at the same time, on Thursday night, we will be at the Greenwood Cultural Center, where the beautiful thing is we're going to be getting in the weeds on these designs, but you're also going to be hearing from speakers that understand our community and have already done the types of things that they've heard our community is wanting to do. There's two opportunities. Thursday night at 5:30 at the Cultural Center. And then if you can't do the weeknight, certainly we understand that. So we've got a space Saturday, April 9th at Carver Middle School. And that begins at 9:30 a.m., runs until 1:30 p.m. So I wanted to make sure people understood when we talk about how important this is. It's so important. We've got to get every generation involved in it. We've got to get our young kids involved in it. We've got to get our older generations. We talked about the importance of having those contract individuals, professionals there.
Right.
And we spent several weeks just a few months back getting specific with our young entrepreneurs.
Absolutely.
So when we talk about creating a community-wide master plan, we're talking about, or sorry, not a community-wide master plan, a master plan over a portion of Greenwood. You've got to get the perspectives of everyone who's going to enjoy that. And that's certainly what this week coming up, April 5th through the 9th is about.
So once again, you guys, it is very, very, very important for you to show up and for you to make time in your busy schedules, and there's a lot of days where you can actually participate. So pick and choose which one of those days works best for you. But it's going to be all about community. And then when we leave there, we're running on over to Oasis.
Oh yeah.
Yes. And so we're going to have an event over there that's going to be taking place, which is called the Double Up, which if you heard the commercial right before, it's a program that's going to be exclusive to Oasis. Now, see, this is something that's never been done before. Our community typically doesn't get exclusives, right?
Right.
And so this is a program created and, work over at Oasis that's going to help our community be able to get fresh fruits and produce.
I know. And another good thing is KBOB going to be in the building.
Right.
The Juice going to be in the building. The Big RG going to be outside with the music booming and people doing the electric slide because we like to dance.
Right.
But nevertheless, it's going to be a good time. We're going to have a good time while we take care of the business.
Right.
So we're excited to have a community radio that's going to come out that's doing real community service.
That's right.
For the community. We have to take a quick break because somebody got slapped.
Stop it.
And I felt it in my living room.
Time for me to go.
So now I'm trying to recover. We're going to get into that on our hot topics that's coming up next. This is news you can use right here on KBOB 89.9 FM. And some guys on the news you can use Be the Network, powered by World One Development. We'll be right back, you guys.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Double up, double up, double up, double up, double up.
What's up, Charles?
Hey, Damali, Saturday, April 9th. You know it's going down, right?
Oh, yeah, it's Double Up Saturday.
Why?
Because we're live at 2 events in 2 locations.
First, it's the Kirkpatrick Heights Greenwood Site Master Plan Charrette from 10 a.m. to 12 noon at Carver Middle School.
There'll be special guest speakers,
a big ideal board,
Q&A regarding the process.
And everyone that shows up will receive a ticket entry for the $1,000 Double Up giveaway at Oasis Fresh Market.
Hold up, Charles. Did you say $1,000 Double Up giveaway?
Yes, I did.
At Oasis right after the charrette?
Right after the charrette.
Okay, so 10 a.m. until noon, we'll be at Carver.
Then, noon to 3, join us live at the Oasis Fresh Market, 12 to 3 p.m.
We're launching the Double Up Produce Program, exclusive to Oasis Fresh Market.
For all qualified participants, you get the Double Up on your produce. That's right.
Every dollar they spend on produce is double, up to $20 per day.
Only at Oasis Fresh Market. So don't miss it. Double Up Saturday, April 9th.
10 a.m. We're kicking off at Carver Middle School.
At 12 noon, party don't stop. We'll be at Oasis Fresh Market.
With over $1,000 in giveaway. From noon to 36th Street North Event Center is a full-scale event center where we share the experiences of the community. At the event center, you can rent space for weddings, birthday parties, receptions, concerts, Greek events, quinceañeras, and much more. We also do custom decor, linen, and centerpieces. We're located at 1125 East 36th Street North. To book your next special event, business gathering, or community event, call us at 918-200-9046.
Come on. My name is AJ. Come shop at Oasis Fresh Market, 1725 North Peoria, where we want people to be seen, safe, and heard. And how do we do that? That's through you. This is your neighborhood grocery store. Come to Oasis Fresh Market. We are also helping with utility assistance. You need help with your rent. You need help with your gas, water, electric. We got you. Come to Oasis Fresh Market. More than just groceries, equipment for life. Shop at Oasis, baby.
Shop at Oasis.
Yes, coming at you. My name is AJ. Oasis Fresh Market is the place to be. This is our community grocery store. And guess what? We're rolling out some brand new programs for customer loyalty programs, some housing programs, some assistant programs. You have SNAP, EBT, WIC. We got programs just for you. You need to come to Oasis Fresh Market, 1725 North Peoria Avenue. Shop at Oasis, baby. Changing lives.
Shop at Oasis.
Ladies and gentlemen,
the all new KBOB 89.9 FM, Black on Black Community Radio.
And now it's time for the Hump Day Hot Topics with Charles and Damali.
Hey, guess what day it is? Hump Day! Hump Day! It's Hump Day!
Hey, Mike! It's the Hump Day Hot Topics on news you can use.
Man.
The hardest job tonight, Javier Bardem and his wife are both nominated. Now, if she loses, he can't win. He is praying that Will Smith wins. Like, please, Lord. Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right?
His work is interesting.
That was a nice one. Okay. I'm out here. Richard.
Oh, my goodness. Can you believe that happened?
Will Smith just smacked the shit.
Damali,
Man.
what?
Wow.
I have no idea. Have no words. Turn it
I
off.
ain't trusting that.
That's
Turn it off.
it.
We
Yeah,
ain't
just
trusting
kill it.
that delayed finger thing. We'll do it. Damali.
Yes.
Damali, what in the world?
You know? So this is why I say all the time, you got to leave people alone.
You did say that.
I say that all the time because you don't never know what frame of mind they in, what just happened on their way over to wherever you guys are. You don't have no idea.
You never know when the gangster coming out.
And just in that moment, that's just the trigger. And now it's, because that is so not Will's character.
I know. Not the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Right.
Don't.
And so I'm sitting up here like, when I saw it, I'm like, oh, I felt it in my soul.
Felt it when he slapped him?
Yes. I felt it in my soul.
And then
for
I started hearing Summertime playing. Like, is
and
it
like,
summertime?
man.
Like,
You guys didn't think it was fake when you first saw it? You didn't think it was scripted?
No, I didn't.
Fake slap. That
No,
was
I didn't.
slapped.
Because he did it so fast, and you never knew the slap
That's-
was coming.
Right.
No, I'm from Arkansas. That was, I know.
You knew that was coming.
That's why we listen to the song "Don't Get Caught Slipping,"
Right?
Because he brought it from low, so he
Right.
took it out of his eyesight and he hit him from his hip.
He did it so smooth on that.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
now Damali, this is the hottest topic in the world,
Man.
and I've been listening to so many people talk about it. Because
Yeah.
here's the thing: when you listen to people, you'll be thinking, "Oh man, Will was wrong for that," because
Yeah.
you listen to that group,
Right.
Then
But then
somebody
you-
else
yeah.
start talking and go, "No, it's just." But when it boils down to just Damali Wilson's thought about it, not other people thought,
Right.
just yours,
Right.
Then what was your reaction?
Like I said, first of all, my reaction was I was in shock because I just could not believe, because Will Smith is like one of my favorite people on the planet. You
Right.
know what I mean? And he's always just been so politically correct most of the time. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so I was just like, whoa, where did that come from? But like I said, once again, I get what he's saying when he says that, a lot of times people think that you're not human because you're a celebrity and you're put up on that big stage and all of that, and some stuff just rubbed you the wrong way. And, because he's at home with his wife, seeing her struggles and what she's going through.
Right.
You don't know what her struggle is at home behind closed doors and what they've had to deal with. So, in that moment, he was just like, okay, that's it. The line is drawn in the sand. It's gone too far. However, I did listen to people like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Oh man, he went in on Will Smith.
But that's your thought. I just want to get your thought first, and then we're gonna unpack other people's thoughts. So what's yours?
So I mean, my thought is, I just think that you just need to leave people alone at the end of the day. All of that, because I'm a person who was bullied. So I get where you coming from. Some stuff might trigger me, where I get up and go slap, but I don't mean to. It's just that I done had enough in that moment. You know what I'm saying?
I'll say
I just seen somebody slap somebody before.
Right.
You ain't never seen me slap nobody.
She told him duck because I'm gonna slap at you.
But
I'll say
just do it too much.
I guess my thought, just my thought, is there's a time and a place for everything.
I agree.
Is what I'm thinking.
I agree.
And I'll say this, JB, he our producer, and you. Has there not been a time that you for sure, you might have visualized yourself slapping somebody, but you didn't do it?
Yep.
You've been in space because you was like, you know what, I want to slap you real bad.
Real bad.
But because of where we are, the time and the place is not right for me to do it. JB, have you ever just been in a situation sometime with a brother, sister, cousin?
Okay.
I need to slap the fire.
But I've seen you have restraint, know how to handle a situation like that, just because you're professionalism.
Right.
And you a thinker before you act. You think everything out. That's Charles, the thinker.
Yeah.
I didn't slap somebody for disrespecting me in front of my wife and my wife in front of me.
And Jesus?
Yeah. In Tulsa.
Oh, I said in front of Jesus. You
and Jesus.
And Jesus, everybody said.
But it was the moment. I mean, the guy said something smart. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't no time to think about it. It wasn't no.
That's what I'm saying. The reaction, you just don't know.
I didn't beat a dude up before. But for the same thing, you can't disrespect a man's wife in front of the biggest stage in the world and not expect him to not be a man. Because being a man, you can say, oh, I'm a man. A man would have turned the other cheek or walked away, but that's that man's wife. He got, like Damali said, he got to look at her every day. She dealing with something that's really tearing her down. And Chris Rock says he didn't know she had alopecia. Come on, man.
And I'll be honest, I didn't know that she had. I didn't know either.
And I'll say this. This would be like a JB
you
said.
Didn't know?
JB said the professional stuff. So I'm glad there's a lot of people in Arkansas that knew me before I got dipped in the water 5 times.
Big swole.
Before they let me go.
I know you done slapped somebody.
And I see Stacey Nichols from Little Rock. She said, I think he could have handled the situation better. I'll just say this.
More professionally, I agree.
It was the Golden Globes, right? Is that the one?
It's the Oscars.
It's the Emmys, the Oscars. It's the Oscars.
It was the Oscars.
Okay.
Whatever.
You got the Oscars, the Grammys, and the Emmys.
Here's my 2 cents. Will Smith has like 62-point-some million people that follow him on social media, which is tough, but it's a responsibility.
I agree.
Right?
Yeah.
We have a brother for the first time that put this event together.
Yeah.
He put it together and it was flawed. Yeah. And the whole production crew is us. It's the epitome of what Chris Rock is on that stage, the biggest stage in the world.
It's what they don't get to see backstage. What's happening?
Will Smith is like one of the biggest mega stars in the world.
Right.
As an African-American brother, we can't do that.
Right.
I don't care what he say. I don't care what it is in my perspective, because here's the ticket. We see kids slapping folks at basketball games and football games, weddings, funerals. And if you think about it, I've never seen a white man slap another white man or Hispanic. I'm just saying we got to find a way to look out for ourselves better as a community, because I can understand what he did. I'm just saying there's a right time and a right place. So now Chris Rock, I got to give him credit. I think he showed the most strength, because to be slapped in the face like that in front of the world, he kept his composure and he was able to walk that thing off. What if Chris Rock would have responded? It would have been a disaster.
Total disaster.
And they'd have been like, that's why you can't give black people y'all fighting that.
But see, and I have to disagree. I have to disagree with, I've never seen a white person do that. I totally disagree with that. Well, no, not at the Grammys.
But that's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about on the streets. I'm talking about on the biggest stage in the representation.
Oh, I agree
right?
with
Is
that.
what I'm saying.
I agree with
Now,
that. Yeah,
at the
I
park,
totally agree.
at a
Yeah.
baseball game, yeah. But I'm just saying we don't often get an opportunity to
Right.
be on the biggest
Sure.
stage in the world.
Right.
Right. And I'll say this because me and Pastor Lawrence, and then I'll let you talk about
Right.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Me and Pastor Lawrence was talking about this, and he was saying kind of the same thing because here's the ticket.
Mhm.
Sometimes God will bless you to be in a position.
Sure. Agreed with that. Yeah, can you handle it?
You
Yeah.
know the enemy gonna show up.
Yeah.
Can you not hold your position? And this was me and Pastor
Composure.
Lawrence.
Yeah.
And finish the assignment.
Yeah.
Because today
That's big.
we're
Yeah.
not talking about what Will Smith won on the
Mhm.
radio. We're not talking about he only the fourth person to win that award. We're
Right.
not talking about that. What we talking about?
the slap.
The
Yep,
slap
you're
heard
right.
around
That's
the world.
true.
So it takes away from his long-term legacy,
Mhm.
and it affects all of us at the end of the day. But that's just my little take on it. But what did Kareem say? Because I'm curious about Kareem.
Oh,
Abdul-Jabbar.
really? So really, he pretty much bashed him, and just said, that basically what you're saying, that was unprofessional. He was wrong to get up and react in that way. And that he needed to, just really pretty much just what you're saying, that he should have rethought that whole situation before he allowed himself to come out of character like that, because that is a stain on the Black community as a whole, and Black men as a whole.
Because think about it, who's done gotten that award? You got Denzel, you got Jamie Foxx, you see it's barely, and it might
there's a few.
Sidney Poitier, I know.
Yeah.
And then it's probably Will Smith.
Yeah.
Are you telling me Kareem has been on the basketball court in a championship game and somebody did something to him and he didn't keep his composure together? You tell me that never happened?
That's what he's saying.
Everybody, it's a lot of people criticizing what they would have done,
Mm-hmm.
but you can't never say what you would have done if you weren't in those shoes.
Right.
And I'll tell you this,
Mhm.
I totally agree with JB just what
Right.
he says.
Right.
So if you slap me, we probably gonna fight. See there? Just like, but if I'm in that position, you see, like when JB say, I show
gotta
restraints.
think.
Mhm.
Yeah,
You gotta think.
you gotta
You got to think about it.
because
Yeah.
you're gonna get elevated and you just never really know. So it's a bad situation all the way around. So it's prayers for
It's
Will
not
and
good
Jada.
for Will. It's not good because it was just a bad. He said it himself. He made a bad choice.
Hold on. So
it
Christy,
was his emotions.
what Christy said, Jesus whipped people out of the temple. We can't be professional all the time.
Can't.
But I'm just saying that only because we don't get a lot of swings at the biggest stage.
Mhm.
And it's not about the stage and all of that. It's just about us and 62 million people that follow you. Because what are you going to do now?
And
You know
like
what-
you said, the crew, the people that were hired,
It's
the things
all
that
us.
happen behind
Yeah.
the scenes, the people that produce it, write it, put it together, they all were employed because of Chris Rock and the crew.
JB, check this out. Last week you produced something and it was just magnificent. You produced it.
Right.
Everybody's your crew. So in that way you can relate. Smaller scale, but you know how good that turned out.
Right.
What if when the first group came up, somebody got mad and gorilla slapped somebody and it was a fight breaking out? See there
It
at the
takes away
36th
from your
Street North
whole-
Event
yeah.
Center,
It takes away
JB,
from the credibility.
it takes away. See, it affect what he did affects everybody,
Mhm.
not just him. And it comes with the territory of being a celebrity.
So, and I would
Yeah.
say this is tomato, tomato, potato, potato. Because some people, I've heard some celebrities like they went off, because he did that. I've heard some people say, hey, you can't, just what you're saying, you can't talk about another man's
Can
wife.
I say one more thing?
Sure.
Now I'll say my last and we'll move on.
Nobody is exempt. It's 2022. You got to think about what you say before you say it because you never know who's watching.
That's right.
And at the end of the day, just understand that everybody's human. We all make mistakes.
Consequences and
I do.
repercussions.
Go ahead.
And the things Will and Jada have been through in the public eye, from the red table talk to things about their relationship that they've been totally transparent about. I said this the other day, and I'll say it again. I don't see too many Black couples still married in a successful marriage and having a good life, not divorced through all they've been through.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you have a last say because I totally agree with what JB just said, and I'll say this, and me and Pastor Lawrence talked about. I'm switch back
Sure.
to that. Is I would say that if what you just mentioned, they're in a vulnerable position.
Absolutely.
Will and Jada.
Right.
Because of all the stuff that's been going on. And we know about all that. We've been talking and talking for years.
Right.
Right. And so
Right.
I feel like because they was in a vulnerable space like that, I feel like that's probably why he responded like that. I feel like if Jada and Will was healthy, their relationship was good. Because Will initially laughed.
Yeah.
To me, he laughed. But then when he looked at his wife,
laughed and it was her. It was her.
He looked at her.
She went. It went from a happy moment,
laughing, to he looked at her and she
her
gave him
heart
the
was
signal.
broken, like literally.
Somebody had to get slapped.
So Christy says we've got to get to the point that people feel that we've got to get. Wait, hold on. Where we have to get to the point where people feel that they can disrespect people. Words do matter, and they are powerful.
You know what? And I totally agree with that. But here's the ticket. They do that at these award shows. Chris Rock is a comedian.
And that's why some comedians,
comedians do that stuff. They do it at the White House.
Yeah.
They do. I'm just saying he's a comedian. And if he would have just like really went in, he said that it was disrespectful.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying he's still a comedian. And
then what about this? There is nothing that happens on that stage that the Oscars don't know about. They know about this. They know about what jokes are going to be. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think the G.I. Jane joke was in the script because you're not going to do that to one of your peers and humiliate them on the biggest stage in America, on TV, on live TV on a Sunday night. I think it was a Sunday, what day it came on.
Right.
You're not going to do that to somebody that you work with for 20, 30, 40 years in this industry. You're not going to tear his wife down in front of everybody.
I don't think he thought it was a tear down. He thought it was just a joke.
Yes, I mean, that's what I'm saying,
the funny man.
comedian.
It's just a joke.
He's just doing that.
Okay, give him the benefit of the doubt and say he didn't know she was dealing with this hair problem.
Right.
And that's just where we have to leave it at, because if he knew she was dealing with that and he still said that, that was totally disrespectful.
Sure.
And I'll say this will be my last thing.
That's it on me.
One is and then we'll let Damali royalty since her birthday coming up had a last thing, is that Damali, I'll look at it like this. So you have something that can hurt you, and then you got something that can harm you.
Right.
I think what he said probably did hurt them.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And people say stuff to all of us sometimes, intentionally and unintentionally.
Yep, that's right.
That hurt us.
Yeah,
right?
we all make mistakes like that.
We all can make a mistake. We all human. We've all done that.
Right.
But then that's a hurt. But what Will done to him was a harm.
Right.
And when we harm each other, that's what's different. Because I know people are in the grave dead because of a slap. You know that, and you know that. I know that. But we have to get to where even when we hurt, how can we resolve that without harming each other?
Right.
So I'll let that be like my last take on it. And my last thing I would say that Chris Rock walks away the bigger man, because he took that slap like a triple OG.
He did.
Right. I say that. And he composed himself and finished the assignment that God put him in that position. And he apologized to Will and Jada, to everybody in that moment. And it takes a lot to do that as a man.
That was told to be a fake apology. And let me just add this last thing.
Y'all gonna last thing.
Seriously, this is the kicker right here. And this is the irony of it all. Will Smith slaps Chris Rock in front of everybody. And it's the biggest story in America for the last week. It's still trending.
Right.
And Chris Rock just so happens to have a comedy tour going right now. TickPick.com said, we sold more tickets to see Chris Rock overnight than they did in the past month combined. So the repercussions of what Will did have what you said, you and Pastor Lawrence said. It skyrocketed ticket sales for Chris Rock's show.
Right.
He's going to have some interesting things to talk about on that comedy tour.
Right.
He's still funny, You can't take away Chris Rock is funny, man.
Chris Rock is funny.
Security!
And that's why I'm saying the opportunities that, Will, he's a megastar.
Right.
He make people too much money
to
go away. So he'll be right back and his money will be back. But the opportunities that Chris is going to get
because
for being able to show, look, man, even when a man slapped me in my face in front of the world, I can compose myself and deliver. So that's why I give Chris the bigger man, but I still love Will and Jada.
And the tickets was $46. They went from $46 to $411.
But I'll say this: that's what happens when you pass the test.
Okay,
Jamala, you got the last
yes.
time. We're gonna go on to the next thing.
We're just gonna move on to the next thing because we way over time. Okay, so I don't know if you guys know. No, we don't want that music. A disturbing body cam video came out.
Oh my God! No way.
From TPD about the way they handled a 70-year-old senior citizen.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
Please
if you guys,
don't say this was in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
It was in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Oh my
the great,
God.
Yes.
2 steps forward and 5 steps back.
Yes. And I'm going to tell you, if you guys have not seen this video, you need to go to our Facebook page. The video is actually on there. I put the story up. When I saw this story, when I saw this, I was so disturbed and I was literally moved to tears. Because I just couldn't believe the disrespect that I saw in this video.
Right.
About our senior citizens. I couldn't believe it. So anyway, let me tell you what happened. Okay, so a lady, 70-year-old Black woman, started experiencing a mental episode, right?
Right.
She went into the restroom at this local store, it's Habitat for Humanity Restore, went into the restroom, was in there for 5 hours.
Right.
They couldn't get her to come out. You know, they had called the CR team, the community response team to come. They were tied up with something else. They went ahead and sent TPD, out there to try to get the woman out of the restroom, right? But this is the kicker. So that's not even the story. The story is when I'm watching this body cam video, this police officer was literally pressing on the door. Like you could hear the lady in there saying, stop it. Why are you doing this? Why are you doing this?
Do we have the audio for that?
It's on our page, on our World One Development page. But it's real long. It's like a 5 minute, 55-second video, right? And so throughout this video, she's pressing on the door. She pulls out her taser and she's making the, how to make the noise.
Yeah, and I was just telling JB, we got the police report next week, so we'll get a clip of it on the police report next week.
Right. So she's pushing on the door and everything, and the lady's like, stop it. And she's like, man, I love my job. I mean, like, she is like tormenting this woman. You know, I mean, just totally tormenting her. And, saying, and so the lady's like, you need to stop doing that. And she's like, oh, no, you don't get to tell me what to do. That's not how this works.
So the police are still on the outside of the door.
They're outside. So finally, I guess they called for backup, and I couldn't tell this little piece, but apparently they called for backup, and so the lady police officer is saying, I hope it's Officer so and so, because when he comes in here, he's gonna kick the door down and he'll do all do this and do that to the lady. And I'm like, what? She's 70.
Right. Having a mental
and
crisis.
So that's actually really what happened. If you continue to watch the video, when that officer gets there, he kicks down the door. They gorilla tackle this lady. Her head slams into the cab.
70 years old.
She's 70.
And they did this to her?
They did
70.
This to her.
Oh my God.
When they get her up, she's, her face is all busted up and everything. And they get her, and then, the lady takes her outside and she's like, sit down. I said, sit down.
Did they beat her up in the bathroom?
Well, they didn't really beat her up. They just kind of
handled her.
Yes.
It was like getting beat up.
It was like
somebody's grandma, man.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, when you watch the video, like I was really in tears. And to know, so then as you continue to watch the video, as it gets closer to the end, the paramedics make a statement or is talking to the police officer, and he's saying, I called this in and I knew that the lady was diagnosed as being bipolar and she was in a manic state.
Right.
And I said that to the dispatcher. Okay, well, if you said that to the dispatcher, why are you guys handling her like, she's somebody who's trying to, just committed a crime or something? You know what I mean?
Right.
I was like, she's 70.
And another thing that's crazy, JB, is this happened like in October.
Yes.
So you haven't even heard nothing about it.
It's almost April 1st.
It's almost April 1st, and this happened to this lady in October, because I'm assuming that they're investigating themselves. And that's probably what the problem is down at the city, that they say they have to have some kind of oversight from the community.
Monitor,
so that you can know what's going on, because this can't happen.
So whatever happened to, like, when you see, like, on TV, internal affairs, like the people that work for the city, but they investigate the police when something bad happens?
Well, you know what? I don't know. But this is why City Hall tonight, the city council is having a meeting, their regular Wednesday night meeting, but one of the issues or one of the topics on their agenda is about the Office of Independent Monitor.
Right.
That's what people have been asking for, because when stuff like this happens, do you think that a police officer is going to give you the or make the appropriate decision about whether or not this officer was wrong for what happened, or do you want an oversight committee?
There should not be any city councilor or mayor voting against the oversight committee. It should go into effect immediately after this incident.
But how many other incidents have happened?
It should go into effect immediately after this.
So that's why we're saying when we bring this stuff up, it's not just to tell you a story or for you to, just hear about what's happening. It's, it's up to us to take action. And to me, I just looked at it as like, oh my God, that could have been my grandmother.
Right.
Like you're saying, JB. And, she's a senior. She's 70 years old. And it was known that she was bipolar. And from what I saw on the video, I mean, she might have been, maybe not listening to them, but she's 70. She's frail.
That's another situation where, just like Will Smith, you don't know what this woman's sons, daughters, how it can affect the rest of her family for what y'all have done to this lady.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Now, if they was to go off and go left on somebody, or go postal, so to speak, then it would be a problem.
Right.
But the things that you have done to my mother,
right,
don't deserve repercussions.
Right.
Man, you do that.
In the video, the officer says she talking about this lady.
That makes you angry.
Yeah, she's 1085. Well, 1085 means a person in mental distress.
I mean, she knows that.
So
they have a unit for people in mental distress. I remember seeing a guy walking across the bridge holding up a knife in his hand, walking up and down 244 in Sheridan, and there was no police around. And Sanders said either they were just busy or nobody called it in. And this guy's walking up down the street with a knife. So it is a lot of mental issues.
Let me read, because we talked about Will, and we talking about that. But our listeners in here, I know we can get going. I want to. So Christy said, well, Teresa said, JB preach.
I ain't preaching.
No, he didn't say preach.
I'm just practicing.
She said teach. She didn't say preach. I just want to say that. And then Christy said too many people living behind their keyboard. Shout out to KJ listening in from Minnesota, the Twin City. He's in the building. And Christy said words harm.
Yes.
And I completely agree with that. Right. I see Melissa's listening in.
Hey.
Angela listening in. But Blue Humpty from Detroit, all the way from Detroit, he says, and this is in regarding Will. Will is the real victim. He didn't want to go up there and smack that man. His wife, feeling hurt, though I believe was genuinely real, did not make Rock's joke demeaning in nature, and forcing Will to act as a defender as if this was a real disrespectful violation was just ridiculous. Chris Rock showed real brotherhood in letting Will prove his love. That's what he said. I think that was pretty deep.
I take that.
Yeah.
Angela's on with us. Angela Chambers, this is our sister right there. Thanks for tuning in. And she just agreeing to what you're saying. Doing that to a 70-year-old is just crazy, disrespectful.
That's somebody's mama. That's somebody's grandma.
Yeah.
That's somebody's auntie. Man, yeah.
And Christy said we need to pack out.
It's too much.
Yeah, Christy said we need to pack out the city council meeting tonight.
If you hear this message right now, you need to be at City Hall at
5 o'clock.
5 o'clock
tonight.
At the meeting, demanding answers.
I'm going to be there.
That's crazy.
I'm going to meet you there. I'm going to beat you there, because that could be, you got to think about it. This woman is 70, and this
listen, my mama is 75, so I'm in that space. I'm in that space.
With that being said, we'll see you tonight. Sanders will be in here next week. That's why we had a police report, so we can ask from an officer, what is this? JB, give us some better music, because we do have some good stuff going on. We'll get to the Molly's party.
We got some good stuff?
Yes.
We do.
Thank God. Thank God.
Give us some good music. We'll go back though.
Right.
Hey,
okay.
Damali.
So, yes.
Your birthday is coming up
My
Friday.
birthday is coming up on Friday. Yes. I will be 54. I'm not one of those women that don't want to tell their age. I don't care.
I'm proud of that.
I'm blessed.
It's just because she looked 25.
Yeah,
I love to do that.
Yeah.
When they look 25.
She can do that.
I'm 54. I'm 59. I'm 80. When you look
she
young.
can do that.
Yeah.
Yes. So this Saturday,
I am going to be having the Egyptian Experience, which is actually a promotional event, right? And I do this every couple of years just because, at the 36th Street North Event Center, we always bill ourselves as a full-scale event center, and so we want to be able to show people what we can actually do, right? And so, of course, sometimes people's budget can't, afford to do what we can really do and to show our skills, right? And so with this party, then I can just kind of go wild, do what I want to do. So this year's theme is going to be the Egyptian Experience, but the whole point is to actually highlight Black-owned businesses, in the community.
So we partying with a purpose.
We partying with a purpose.
Hey.
And so, a lot of times people, and I always say that there are great things happening in North Tulsa. And that's why I say that, because people don't know a lot of times about some of these businesses. So I'm just going to give you a quick rundown really quick. We have, of course, the 36th Street North Event Center. We have Party of the Year, who do balloons and birthday parties and all that kind of stuff. The Stylish Agency. They're a whole agency that they come with videographers, photographers. They do makeup, all kinds of stuff. Styles by Keish, Kimmy Styles, Hollywood Nails of Brookside, Enhancing Beauty, Rosita's Design and Alterations, Black Wall Street Media Group, DJ JB Smooth, Verl T Music, Eye Candy Photos, Babes and Bottles, Elite Bartending Service. Not just a bartending service, but they're an elite bartending service.
Well, that's a lot of love in the building.
We have Calligraphy by Kia, the MOF Crew, Glory's Confections, Jazzy Cakes, Deb's Lamps and Scents of Bartlesville.
I just want to know who doing the food.
Lavish Touch Catering.
Hey, let's get that food on.
So, and actually 3 of these organizations are actually my family members. When I talk about creating legacy, and when we talk about that, then 3 of these businesses are actually owned by my family. So, we're real excited about this. So you guys will be able to see the pictures. They're going to be coming out, but it's, in celebration of my 54th birthday, just to, be able to share with the community what's available in community.
And let me say this, because I know we live all over the world and all over the community. You have to have the golden ticket to get in, but because of COVID, the gold tickets are limited. So next time, maybe we can open it up and do it at a football stadium. But if you don't have the golden ticket, or if you didn't get that private invite, we got to make those COVID precautions. Because it's not that we didn't want everybody in the building.
Exactly.
The Molly's parties represent what everybody's party should be.
Right.
Elegance, over the top, and there's no limits.
And more.
You know what I'm saying?
But happy birthday,
so maybe we can convince JB to come up with some creative way to kind of record a little bit of it so that you guys can feel like, and be a part of it.
Yeah, we're going to have to document it.
Yeah.
We're going to document this one.
I'm not switching, but Bo Peep, remember I told you everybody need a friend called Bo Peep.
Yes.
I got a friend called Bo Peep. He said bring the bail money. But since he's in Arkansas, I know he can't get here in time.
Yes.
But hey, I feel the same way.
Yes,
that's a tough situation. Don't do our elders like that. That's what we're not going to do.
That's disrespectful. All right, y'all. So anyway, the Egyptian Experience is happening on Saturday. So you guys look out for the pictures.
If you don't got a golden ticket, you can't get in.
These Black businesses right here in North Tulsa. Okay, so upcoming events. World One Development is looking for volunteers to help serve the community. If you would like to volunteer or you need community service hours, you can give us a call at 918-380-1493 or email me at damali.wilson@world1development.com or inbox us on Facebook Messenger at World One Development. Don't forget, if you're looking to have an event, the 36th Street North Event Center has dates available. You can call us at 918-200-9046 to reserve your spot. Fitting Back In is still taking registration for justice-involved individuals, past or present, in Tulsa County for job training programs that will yield living wage jobs. Classes have already started, but it's not too late to sign up. You can contact Christy Williams at Christy, KRISTI.Williams@fittingbacktulsa.org, or you can give us a call at 918-592-3500 to sign up. We're here to help justice-involved citizens thrive.
Absolutely.
Prayer Time Grief Counseling, Pastors Chloe and Doug Allen, every Sunday at 7 o'clock p.m. You can give them a call at 717-275-8940. And don't forget to put in the code 615876. You don't have to suffer in silence when help is available. Tulsa Tech North Peoria campus will be offering $1 haircuts on Mondays through Thursdays from 4:30 p.m. until 6:30 p.m. For more information, you can call Chuck Jones at 918-828-2063.
Shout out to my boy Chuck.
Oasis Fresh Market is open Monday through Saturday from 7 o'clock a.m. until 10 o'clock p.m. and Sundays from 8 a.m. to 8 o'clock p.m. Housing assistance from 8:30 a.m. until 5:30 p.m. Monday through Friday. And don't forget about the double up that's coming up.
It's going to be Saturday, and KBOB going to be in the building. See us at 12 high noon.
Okay. Standpipe Hill Homebuyers Program. Their next class is April 2nd. It's not too late to sign up. You can sign up at www.bit.ly/myhome22. Or you can contact Christy Williams at Christy@standpipehill.com. Neighborhood Open House is also happening on April 2nd from 11 o'clock a.m. until 2 o'clock p.m. at Comanche Park Center, which is located at 3608 North Quaker. That is also the day of Pop Lester Ransom's funeral. It's going to happen at 11 o'clock at the World One for Christ Family Life Ministries, which is located at 2121 North Harvard. Evans FinTube Community Convening is happening on April 5th at 5:30 p.m. at the 36th Street North Event Center. Please come out to hear the latest updates and see the latest proposed developments based on community input.
Right.
Kirkpatrick Heights and Greenwood Master Plan charrettes are scheduled for April 6th through 9th at various locations in the Greenwood District. You heard Greg Robinson talk about those earlier. We'll post that information on our Facebook page and on our website. Birthdays. March 30th, which would be today, O'Malley B's birthday.
Happy birthday, my brother.
And of course, April 1st would be my birthday, as well as my classmate, Ramon Dokes. And shout out to Belly Bell up in heaven, because you know me and Belly Bell share the birthday. Yes, that's my guy. Bell. Yes,
Belly Bell.
And my aunt Annabelle. I actually had an aunt that had the same birthday, and she's in heaven as well.
Not Belly Bell's birthday too, is it?
Yes, me and Bell every year.
It's been a whole year since.
You know he got a comedy show going on in heaven on the West.
You already know.
I know they clowning.
You know
he cracking jokes.
You already know.
Yeah.
April 2nd, Kareem over at TU. It's his birthday.
Oh my goodness!
So the day of my birthday party is his birthday.
His birthday.
Yes.
And it's my mama's birthday. Happy birthday, mama!
Your mama's birthday is April 2nd.
April 2nd.
She good people. Good people.
Mom.
Yeah, man, we got to send her a special gift.
And then April 4th is Lindsay Overstreet. It's his birthday. So don't forget, you can purchase your News You Can Use gear and continue the conversation on our podcast at www.newsyoucanuse.tv. And don't forget to check out our radio stations at www.nycu.fm.
Damali, it's your birthday coming up. I know you got birthday money, so cut Bobby a check for us going over about 30 minutes. The way my account is set up, I ain't got nothing, my savings or checking. So,
the Egyptian Experience got all my money.
The Egyptian Experience.
Bobby coming.
He coming. Hey, we gonna feed him at the thing. But Community Radio. Hey, thanks to everybody that tuned in. Pastor Lawrence from Going Hard for Christ. Hey, check him out on Sundays at 11. He said, y'all two are awesome. Man of God.
Thank you.
I appreciate that. Creature said, great show. We got to get ready to get out of here. Make sure you share this video. Thank you to our special guest, Mr. Greg Robinson, our producer, JB Smooth, and the KBOB family, of course. We got to get ready to get out of here, you guys. Share this video. Share this video. And if you would like to help us stay on the air, please consider donating to Eden Media Services to help our community radio continue to stay on the air. You can send your donation made payable to Eden Media Services, 21533 Norfolk Avenue, Tulsa, Oklahoma, 74106. This has been News You Can Use with your boy Charles Harper, that's me.
And Damali Wilson, that's me.
And we are live every Wednesday from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. So make sure you tune in.
Later, guys.
If you would like to promote or advertise your events or business on our show, inbox us on Facebook at World One Development. This has been World One Development's News You Can Use with Charles Harper and Damali Wilson. The views, thoughts, and opinions expressed on this program belong solely to the host and their guests, and not necessarily to this station, organization, committee, or other group or individual associated with KBOB 89.9. This is World One Development's News You Can Use.
This is KBOB 89.9 FM, Tulsa. And now streaming 24/7 live from the Eden Media Studio. 24/7 live at KBOB